Siblings dig to hell to save the dead dog, and a nightmare unfolds. Reality bleeds, demons torment. Is it the film or their minds that unravel? The movie opens with a scene of a mother and her two kids, a daughter and a son. Nathan was the name of the young person. Nathan was devastated to know of their dog's recent passing because he and his companion were quite close. He then asks his mother where our dog must have gone, to heaven or hell. To which she replied that our dog must have gone to hell because she was a horrible dog. Nathan had an unusual dream after hearing this and going to bed. In his dream, he sees a glowing Baphomet. Actually, Baphomet is a demonic statue with a human body and a goat-like head. Numerous demonic tribal communities consider Baphomet to be their deity. Nathan saw this weird dream and woke up. He was also unable to sleep because he was missing his dog in addition to everything else. When Orally, Nathan's sister, sees him awake, she tells him not to worry because they will bring your dog from hell. So the following day, the brother and sister both grab a book of demons and head into the deep forest. This forest was said to contain a portal to hell which could be accessed by digging below the surface. People used to come to see their family members as well. In this place, Orally and Nathan see a great number of people who are genuinely offering up their valuables in order to be with their loved ones. Nathan makes the sacrifice by hanging his dog's belt from the ceiling. Nathan took a moment to use the restroom where he noticed a foreboding message inscribed on a tree trunk warning of a curse that entraps those who enter the forest. Feeling unsettled by this discovery, Nathan quickly returned to Orally and together they continued on their journey to the designated location for digging a pit to access the underworld known as ANTRUM. Upon arrival, they gathered various religious artifacts and items associated with their respective beliefs, such as Christians, Muslims, Jews, and Hindus. They then use a rope that is typically intended for magical purposes to create a star and place all of these objects in its 5 corners. They then begin to pray to God for protection from devils and demons. Following that, they got to work. They dug a pit. They had to ascend through 5 levels to get to hell. First of all, it meant that there was no law. Nathan makes the cross and begins to listen with his ears after excavating a little pit as Orally requests. What music are you currently enjoying? Nathan continues, saying, I'm attempting to listen to some music from hell. When Nathan built the cross, it was straight, but now it was upside down. Then both of the siblings approached their tent. From a distance, we can make out a rotting dead body. A few days later, they begin excavating a pit once more. Nathan noticed a completely dark shadow behind the tree, but he ignored it and went closer to his sister. They can make out a man who is going to commit suicide in the distance. He had a white teddy as well. And just when the man is ready to stab himself in the stomach, Nathan stops him, looks at him, and shouts. He then gathers his belongings and silently departs the area. They resumed digging a pit the following day. Nathan notices the same dark shadows here, too, this time revealing their white horns. When Nathan saw this, he became extremely afraid and began to cry. After putting him in this state, Orally took him straight to the tent where it was discovered that her purpose for bringing Nathan was to comfort him. Moreover, she had brought the belt from her dog. She sent her belt from hell so she could demonstrate to Nathan that the dog did, and that way he would know she was never going to return. Both his discomfort and some comfort might be provided to him. Orally instructs Nathan to brush before bedtime, but he ignores her, so Orally shows Nathan the 3-headed dog after pulling out that wicked book. As the gatekeeper of hell, she informs him, which has chains attached to it. The ability to smell is extremely powerful in this 3-headed dog. He will thus come here and kill you if you don't brush. He will murder you and then consume you. Nathan instantly went to brush after being really alarmed upon hearing this. A boat with a sailor transporting a woman somewhere was visible to him when he got close to the river. Strange things were happening to the woman. Nathan was terrified when he saw this, so he fled to the tent and dozed off, which he once again dreamed about. It was quite dangerous, as he noticed, as a black shadow emerged from the blazing flames. The dog with 3 heads appears in the book to him at that point. Without any delay, he noticed that 2 demons emerged from the hole, having shed their human skin and fully assumed human characteristics. Then Nathan noticed Baphomet, beneath which a fire was raging. Following everything, he spots the terrifying-looking creature. In an odd manner, he was shaking his face and head. Nathan notices the tree stump with the writing, "No one can go back from this forest," again the following morning, but this time it is covered in blood. They have discovered that they have excavated a far deeper pit. Now that they were in the 2nd level, evil was ahead of them. Nathan turned his face away and took a seat after reaching this point. Because the devil has scratched me, he informs Orally that we have advanced to the 2nd level. By doing so, he also reveals the scratch mark on his arm. However, Orly did not accept the demon's words. She applies the holy water she brought with her to Nathan's arms since she believes he must have made this mark himself. She then brought him to explore the jungle as a mental diversion. Nathan notices an odd behavior in the water and just stares at it for a while. Utilizing this, Orly places the dog's belt on the side in an attempt to persuade Nathan that our dog has given the belt back. She's also unable to return herself. Now, all of a sudden, they can hear the music of hell. Now that they've arrived at the third level, the sound of music emanating from hell after leaving, the two siblings arrive at an abandoned village where they saw Baphomet and two other people. Orly notices the white teddy lying down and Baphomet is moving abnormally. These were the same demons that Nathan had seen in his dream when they emerged from the pit and were dressed in human skin. And now that these devils have set it on fire, observing this, Orly comprehends that was the man we witnessed on the verge of suicide. He owns this white teddy bear. This individual is now in Baphomet thanks to these two demons. To cook and consume the man, they set fire to the bottom. Given that they were cannibalistic demons, Orly is horrified to see this as well. She starts to flee while holding Nathan's hand. They arrived at their tent, and as they looked up at the sky, a ring of black smoke was visible. When they saw this, they both froze, and those dark demons were pursuing them. Orly and Nathan hastily took a seat aboard a boat. They began leaving this place. Nathan is pulled inside by something that emerges from the water, but Orly catches it after they have raced for a while and realize that they have returned to their tent, meaning they are stuck there. And now the greatest demon is preventing them from leaving this place. Then they notice a chain here that belonged to the same dog with 3 heads, which indicates that the devil sent the dog to watch over the two of them. Both of them rushed into the tent upon seeing this. They were terrified. Nathan is informed by Orly that she lied to him about being able to bring our puppy back. In actuality, a person who passes away once cannot be resurrected. I only stated this to try to ease your grief. I've met the biggest demon. Nathan informs her, that guy I saw behind our house told me back then that your sister was going to prank you by dressing up as your dog and wearing his belt. Orly became terrified upon hearing this. The monster then attacks the two of them. They both sprang up a tree. They spent a considerable amount of time there and slept. Moreover, we knew that they had advanced to the 4th level, which indicated the power of terror. We knew from a scene from the past that Nathan had been bitten by their dog once. Nathan's mother screamed horrible things about her and implied that she had gone to hell because of this. Nathan came here to look for her in order to save her from hell for this reason. The two males are standing close to our tent when Orly and Nathan wake up the following morning. Now, before this, the men's gazes fall upon them. They both attempt to leave in stealth, but the man who had noticed them shoots them right away, rendering them unconscious. The two men then carry the victims to the cage and imprison them. Orly was harassed by a man. Nathan began yelling at the man because he felt terrible about what he had seen. The man took him out of the cage and placed him in Baphomet after becoming enraged. Here, he also started a fire. Orly shakes and breaks the cage because she starts to worry for her brother. Using a gun, she shoots the two of them, killing them. Here, it was discovered that both of them had reached the 5th and last level, which meant depth. Nathan exits the foamit and flees, and Orly now begins to pursue him. Nathan went to a dog who needed assistance after emerging from the Baphomet, but he was now entirely black. Despite the fact that it was undoubtedly not his dog, Nathan manages to liberate him. However, Nathan then begins to appear really odd. A sinister grin adorned his countenance, followed by the appearance of a triangular shape. Subsequently, Orly is depicted frantically running, in place pursued by a horde of malevolent entities. As she screams in terror, she seeks refuge in a tent armed with a gun. Concurrently, Nathan is shown wielding a chain as he advances towards the tent. Meanwhile, in a nearby dwelling within the jungle, a distressed couple meets a tragic end at the hands of an unknown assailant. Upon observing an apple being held by an individual, the devil promptly appeared, presenting a menacing and repulsive visage. The ominous warning inscribed was proven to be accurate, suggesting that once one enters this jungle, escape becomes impossible. Nathan's transformation into a demon was evident upon his emergence, marked by a sinister grin. The impending danger of the devil harming his sister, Orly, loomed large. The creation of the 5 levels to descend into hell has now been completed. The further one delves into the depths of the narrative, the inevitability of death becomes increasingly apparent. The symbolism of the triangle in the cinematic work signifies the entrapment orchestrated by the malevolent force, rendering escape futile for the protagonists. Despite their attempts to break free, the brother and sister meet their demise within the confines of the diabolical triangle, where death lurks at every turn. The embodiment of death itself, represented by the devil, ultimately seals the fate of the characters, bringing the story to a chilling conclusion. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye now. See you in the next video.